Since December 8, 2019, a coronavirus disease outbreak has spread rapidly in China. The international community has been surprised by the outbreak of COVID-19 from China in more than 30 countries. This virus was originated by animals that then spread to humans. The coronavirus outbreak is related to many social and economic problems. This particular virus outbreak showed that it is possible to turn a biological problem into a social, economic, and political matter. The solution to this virus has been to use a public health approach. There are campaigns for hand washing and even etiquette techniques. This is used to help hospitals stay safer and to also help people. With COVID-19, people who are pregnant, have small children, senior citizens, or disabled have higher risks. A few preventative measures are segregation, which is the isolation of sick individuals in order to keep the non-infected individuals safe. Isolating the individuals also help with slowing transmission because doctors can identify it in the patient. The next public health measure is quarantining, which is known to be one of the most common strategies for handling outbreaks of viruses. Quarantining is for the people that have or are exposed to infectious illness. Quarantining also means that you have to stay in a designated area. This can either be optional if you feel like you've been exposed, or it can be obligated by a doctor if you have the virus. The last measure is social distancing, which is used to reduce interactions between people, especially in large groups. Social distancing and big gatherings will help to prevent transmission. If these interventions are considered to be unsuccessful, then the government might enforce a community-wide containment, like in lockdown. This is used to minimize contact within the city by constraining activity so that the transmission of the virus doesn't get out of hand.
In terms of Idris Elba's social interactions, the actor found out he came in contact with someone who recently at the time tested positive for the virus. The week before, he decided to get tested himself, which ultimately led to a positive result. During this time, he was in close proximity with his wife, Sabrina Elba. She was not tested positive when he first tested positive, but she still decided to live in the same area as him, ignoring social distancing and wearing a mask. She soon tested positive shortly after. His work environment consisted of him filming 2 movies at that time, The Matrix 4 at one point and The Harder They Fall during another. Both movies were put on pause due to the new discovery of Mr. Elba as well as others contracting the virus. His movement and/or travel consisted of him going to New Mexico to film for The Harder They Fall before he was tested. The filming of The Matrix 4 was set to film in Germany, but was postponed due to Idris's recent diagnosis. Our patient's name is Idris Elba, a well-known British actor seen in hit movies such as Thor, The Fast and the Furious, Pacific Rim, and many other films. His age was 47 during his diagnosis. He identifies as a male. He is an A-class actor, so his social status to others is classified as a celebrity.
On March 16th, Idris Elba was one of the first celebrities to come out and say that he had coronavirus. Elba was asymptomatic, meaning he showed no symptoms. 1 in 5 COVID cases showed no symptoms. Elba's chief complaint, or what led him to the clinic, was the overall fear of coronavirus. Coronavirus was and still is a very unknown illness. Elba wanted to get in front of it and did not plan on waiting for symptoms to show. Elba first got the nasal swab, and to be extra sure, he went back to the doctor to get the saliva swab. Both test results showed that Idris Elba was in fact positive for COVID-19. He then confirmed the results for him and his wife in the video he posted on March 16th. Idris Elba and his wife quarantined for 1 month in New Mexico. Since then, both Idris Elba and his wife have made a full recovery. COVID-19 is a real disease that is still very unknown, so everyone stay safe, take all safety precautions, staying 6 feet apart, wearing your mask, and washing your hands regularly.
Hello, my name is Mark Keelan Bell, and I'll be discussing the medical history of Idris Elba as it refers to his coronavirus case. The only prior medical history that I found on Idris Elba is he did state that he suffers from asthma, which many of us do, and he feels personally that asthma could have been the reason he was more susceptible to contracting coronavirus. As of current, Idris Elba is coronavirus free, living his best life in the UK, trying to stay healthy and motivate others to stay healthy. As it refers to Idris Elba and his treatment as far as coronavirus goes, being that Idris Elba is from the UK, Britain to be exact, things might be a little different than the United States. However, the treatment for coronavirus still remains the same. Self-isolation, quarantine, mandatory quarantine, basically, so that the disease will not spread, as well as tending to any issues that you might be having as far as headaches. You would take Tylenol and things of that sort. Other than that, he said he did have mild symptoms, so he was not on the strenuous end of coronavirus. However, he still took his case very seriously. His prognosis was not detrimental due to him having a mild case, and after quarantine, he would be doing well. The outcome is that after 14 days in quarantine, he tested negative for coronavirus and he was able to resume his regular life.